Happy Tuesday! My name's Nick.
My name is Alan.
And welcome
Into the dungeon.
Standing at the entrance. Coming from it, you see this motion of an arm tossing something. And you hear like a thump, thump, as it starts rolling towards you. You're wearing your night vision goggles, your owl-like goggles in the night, so you can see in the dark. To your shock, you see that this is Don John's head.
What? Shit! Oh, damn you.
You hear breaking through the sounds.
Oh, shit.
It seems that I've caught a rat in a trap. You have something that belongs to me, Shrew. You have one of my new recruits. Oh, you've led her here? It's a trap! We shouldn't have trusted you, Shrew. The gnome. I want her alive. Take her. We need to get her with the dwarves. Get 'em, boys! And on that note, I'm going to ask you to roll for initiative.
Ooh. Okay, here we go. First I'm gonna roll for Shrew. That's a 12.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go and roll for Fenna. That's a 15. And for Favian, another 12.
Okay, I'm going to do the rolls for your enemies. Okay, so we're jumping straight into the action here. And top of the round is one of these were-rats. He's running straight up in front of Shrew. He's lunging at him with his blade. We're starting off strong with a big old 6.
Oh yeah, keep it coming.
His second attack, he's going to swipe again with his sword instead of sinking in his teeth, as you'd become familiar with in the last battle. There's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's a total of 6 damage to Shrew. Next up is Fenna.
Fenna, from where she is, she has sight of the first rat that approached me, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, she's gonna cast Guiding Bolt and try and hit the ratty dude.
Okay, so roll to hit.
She's gonna cast it as a second level spell. Total of 20 to hit?
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Alright, and that's 5d6, right?
5d6. Wow, big hit.
Yeah, I don't know if she saw Don John's head rolling, but this fight has just become serious.
Yeah, from where she is, the head's probably at your feet right now, in between this rat and Shrew.
So she won't see it.
No, not yet. She hasn't seen what it is.
Still, she's been bitten by them. She means business. That's a total of 18.
Wow, that's a big hit. Yeah, it definitely feels that as he shrieks in pain.
Good.
Is Fenna doing anything else?
She's moving slightly forward and standing right behind Shrew.
So next up is another one of these rat folk. He's going to try and grapple Fenna. Okay, can you roll an acrobatics or athletics check for Fenna?
That's a total of 17.
17. She just fails it as this rat grabs onto her hand and starts pulling at her. That takes us over to Shrew.
So I want to cast Tidal Wave on the rat that's grappling Fenna. And
Okay.
from there, extend it 30 feet, and it's 10 feet wide, and see if I can hit everyone.
Yeah, by my calculations, that will hit the 3 rat folk and Zeline.
Good. They will all have to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is for the rat that's grappling Fenna. That's a total of 16.
Yeah, that one saves.
Okay, this is now the rat that attacked Shrew. That's a total of 14.
Yeah, saves again.
This is now for the third rat folk. That's a total of 19. Saves as well.
Yeah, bastard.
And now Zeline. That's a total of 13.
Yes, she doesn't save. That would be 4d8 bludgeoning damage. The ones that saved take half, obviously.
Okay, and Zeline's knocked prone.
Yeah, Celine would be knocked prone. Okay, that's a total of 17, which would be rounded down to 8 for the ones that saved.
Okay, so this enormous wave forms at your feet, rushing up towards the cave's entrance. 3 of the were-rats have saved their throws, managed to stand firm. Zeline gets knocked over, and as you're focusing on her, as she collapses, shrieking, "Ah!" you see this waves are coming back down into the actual cave because of the elevation there. And you're seeing this head bobbling and rolling as it comes down, sort of washes past you, past Fenna, towards Fabian. You hear, oh, Shrew, who's that?
You can't even give the guy an honourable death.
Well, you're the one that's just cast a tidal wave with his head literally at your feet.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
On that note, it's over to Fabian. What the is that what I think it is? What's Fabian doing?
Fabian is rushing up to the rat folk that is grabbing Fenna and slashing at it.
Okay, roll for attack.
Total of 14.
That hits.
That's a very unrespectable 1. Plus 4, so 5. Let's go again. He's gonna take his action surge and try and hit him once more. This time, hopefully, with a bit more damage. Well, actually, this time with less damage because I rolled a 3 plus 7, which is 10, and I imagine that doesn't hit.
That does not hit. Got cocky there.
Yep.
Is Fabian doing anything else?
No, Fabian is currently staying where he is.
Okay, so over to the orcs. I can't believe you'd betray us! Hold firm! They're ready in their action. Okay, so over to the third were-rat. He's rushing up to Shrew, sword in hand. That is 11 plus 4. That's 15 to hit.
That just hits, yeah.
That's a total of 5 slashing damage. Having sunk his sword into Shrew, he's now lunging in with his gnashing jaws. 16 total to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So Shrew takes 5 piercing damage. I'm going to ask you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Rightio. Oh, that's a 12.
A 12, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is that how you're gonna leave it? Okay.
Gonna leave you hanging.
Okay. Remember, it's my turn to DM after this adventure is over. So tread carefully.
Gotta build a suspense for the listeners and for you. So as this fight's going on around you, you're seeing 2 of these giant rats scurrying towards you, scaling the walls as they do so. Okay. With that, it's over to Zelene. She stands up. You'll pay for that, Shrew. Still a bit stunned from being knocked off her feet by the wave. You see that she's loaded this crossbow. Takes aim.
Oh, bitch.
Lets fire, and it clangs against the cave wall behind you.
She brought firepower.
And as that bolt crashes against the cave wall, you see a third rat running and scaling up the walls as well. With that, we're at the top of the round again, and it's that first were-rat that was engaged with Shrew. It's 14 to hit.
That one misses.
Okay, and he's following up with a bite as his sword narrowly misses Shrew. That's a big old nat 1.
Yeah. Misses.
He misses and he sort of just digs his teeth into Fenna. You see him sort of shake his head in like the cartoons when they sort of go ding.
Yeah.
Just gnash his teeth together. With that, it's over to Fenna.
Fenna is gonna stretch on over to Shrew, grab his arm, and cast Cure Wounds.
As a level 2 or level 1?
As a level 2. That's 2d8 plus 3, a total of 10.
Okay, that means that Fenna is now down to 1 level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
She still has her 4 first levels. Is Fenna doing anything else?
She's gonna just stay where she is.
Okay. It's now over to the were-rat that's got her held. Okay, he's gonna let go of Fenna. He's sending his attention to Shrew. I'm rolling quite shit today. Let's say 3 plus 4, 7.
That doesn't hit. Keep them coming.
And again, he's following with a bite, as did his companion. Ooh, and that one hits. That's a total of 20.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 4 piercing damage as you feel the bite sink into you. I'm going to need you to roll a Constitution throw.
Total of 18.
Okay. It's now over to Shrew.
Shrew. Okay, Shrew is gonna cast his Moonbeam on the last guy that joined the fray here close to us. The last rat folk. I'm gonna lay the Moonbeam over him.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I want to turn into... Actually, can I turn into Bear Shrew?
No, you're in a very congested space there. Bear Shrew is a large creature.
But if I were to turn into Bear Shrew, what would happen?
I'd say you'd all get pushed. You'd push everyone around you away.
Sounds good to me. Like Fabian and Fenna behind me, they'd get pushed back. And the rat folk, one would get squashed against the wall. It's next to me. And the others would then be pushed forwards, back into the cave.
Yeah, you want to do that?
I want to go for it.
Okay, you're going to give us those awesome bear sounds?
You say awesome, but it's quite weak, to be honest.
I've grown to love it. You've just pushed the guy out of your moonbeam that you just cast.
Damn.
This guy, I'm going to give him a dexterity saving throw to see whether he gets squashed against the wall or whether he's able to sort of shimmy to the side. He manages to shimmy just to the side. Okay, so over to Fabian.
Fabian is going to turn around and attack the rat that just squeezed past Bear Shrew.
Okay.
Or he's not. That's 2 + 7, 9.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. It's not Fabian's day today.
Is it ever Fabian's day?
He's had his moments.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's had his moments. He's also had his other kind of moments, like falling into traps repeatedly. Okay, the orcs are just there holding their action. They're still a little perplexed at what's going on here. What the fuck is this? A bear! And the third of the were-rats that you had incidentally cast your moonbeam on before shoving him out the way as you turned into a great hulking bear. He's going to try and plunge his steely sword into Shrew, Bear Shrew's form. And man, I think today the dice are quite strangely in your favour. What a turn of the tables. That completely misses again.
Nice.
He's going to try and sink his teeth into your fur now.
Those always hit, though.
Just as you say that, yeah, it hits. That's a natural 17 plus the modifiers.
Yep.
Which hits. And that's a total of 6 piercing damage to Bear Shrew. And you know what's coming? Constitution time.
Yeah, this time it's bad. Total of 5.
Total of 5. As you feel this bite, you start to feel a little strange. You get the shiver down your spine. This sickly feeling in the pit of your stomach. And as you're groaning and growling as a bear, interspersed with it, you hear a... I think you know what that means.
I've been bitten by a were-rat. I'm turning into one myself. Great. I'm going to be werewolves. I have to be were-rats.
Okay, so the first 2 of the giant rats that you saw come in continue scaling the wall. I'm going to say that you get an attack of opportunity on one of them.
Me as Shrew.
Yeah, sure, sorry. Should have specified.
It's a 17 + 4.
Yeah, that hits.
I'll be using my claws for this one. That's a total of 13 damage.
13. Okay, as this rat's scurrying across the ceiling with your claws. You splat it against the wall. Blood and guts pouring everywhere. Okay, the rat that survived is behind Fabian. It's going to go for a bite. 17 to hit, which I believe just hits. Fabian takes 3 piercing damage.
Not too bad, but they add up.
Okay, Zelene takes aim with a crossbow again, aiming at the big, hulking bear that's in front of her. That's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that first bolt sinks its way into your fur with all its might for 8 piercing damage. But you notice that even though it's sunken into your fur, you don't feel any pain. You almost don't even react to it. And you hear, coming from behind you, a fine addition you'll make.
So, I haven't been damaged?
No.
Alright, I'll take it. I gotta be a rat. But at least I'm not getting damaged.
She's now going to take aim at Fabian with her second attack. Her second attack misses.
Yes.
The third giant rat scuttles across, dropping beside Fabian. And as it tries to bite at him, he misses.
Good.
So it's back to the top of the round, and that first were-rat. He's looking a little confused, seeing this big bear, having heard Zelene shout. He's got his sword ready, but you hear her shout at him. Fall back, fall back, fall back. And he falls back alongside her. It's over to Fenna.
Fenna's gonna cast Guiding Bolt and try and hit Celine.
Is this your last second level spell, or is this a first level?
Second level. 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Nice.
Is Fenna doing anything else?
Nah, she's staying there.
Okay, having heard the orders, the rat that's next to Fabian, he's going to drop into rat form, and he's going to start scurrying up the wall. As he's scurrying, Fabian have an attack of opportunity.
Natural 20.
Ooh, yeah, that definitely hits.
It's a 1d8. Yeah, total of 10 damage. I rolled a 3 on the hit.
And with that, it's over to Shrew.
So Shrew moves the moonbeam up to Celine, and that's my action. So I stay where I am.
Okay, Fabian.
Okay, Fabian is just going to attack one of the rats that's behind him. Try and kill it, the normal rats.
Okay.
19, which in fact is
It's a
critical hit. That's a total of 6 damage. So I rolled a 1 on my damage this time. Doubled to a 2.
The rat shrieks out in pain. It looks seriously wounded.
Can't even one hit shot a rat. Damn it.
Is Fabian doing anything else?
Nah, he's staying there.
Okay, over to the third were-rat, the one that's directly in front of Shrew. It's going to disengage and run to the entrance of the cave. The rats that are next to Fabian now. Both are going to try and bite him. The first one misses. And in a tit for tat, the second rat, the one that he actually almost killed, strikes back with his own critical hit.
Probably doing more damage than he did.
Yeah, that's 10 piercing damage.
Wow, man.
On Fabian.
Ridiculous.
How the tables have turned on Fabian. Zeline is going to take a Constitution saving throw. She starts to turn in Shrew's Moonbeam. 15 plus 2, 17. Is that half damage?
Are these considered shape changes?
Yes, they are.
And she has to roll with disadvantage.
Ooh. Okay, so with disadvantage, that's a 14, a plus 2, 16, which I believe just saves as well.
Yeah, she saves. So 2d10. That's 6 halved to 3 damage.
She's going to step outside of the moonbeam. She's just outside the entrance to the cave now. She's going to take aim with her crossbow at Fabian, who's partially covered due to the formation of the cave. The first attack misses as it clangs into the cave wall. The second, 22 total, even with a partial cover, that does hit. That's a total of 6 piercing damage to Fabian. Fabian's starting to look a little winded. It's over to the first of the were-rats. You see, takes his shape back into his humanoid form. He'd been in rat form after escaping from Fabian. And you hear Zeline shout out, Urog! You're needed! And it's over to Fenna.
Fenna is going to cast the Cure Wounds, level 1 Cure Wounds on Fabian. Total of 6 healing.
Okay, is Fenna doing anything else?
No, she's staying there for now.
Okay, the second were-rat takes his form back again into humanoid form. It's over to Shrew.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to bring out the big guns here. I'm going to drop my bear form. And I'm going to reach around my neck.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
And I pull 3 beads from the necklace. The one with the fiery, the necklace of fire wounds.
Oh, 3 beads.
That would make it a 5th level spell. And as I arc my hand backwards in a motion as to sling them as far away as I can, up to 60 feet, I scream, "You do not piss off the Kijo, mas brother!" And I fling the beads where my moonbeam was to try and hit all the rat folk that were congregating there.
This is a dex saving throw, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
That's right.
This whole cave entrance now is engulfed with flames as this enormous ball of fire erupts in the middle.
It's a 15 DC.
Okay, the first one has saved.
Typical.
The second one has failed. The third has also failed. Zeline. What the fuck?
She has to fail.
She just saves.
Damn it.
By 1.
Hopefully I roll high enough.
Yeah, that's 10 saucy d6.
Yeah.
That's the biggest attack of the campaign so far.
For sure.
Alan is grinning like a little boy in a candy store at the moment.
Let's see.
He looks so excited.
I
don't think he's ever jiggled so many dice at one time.
In my mind, you were going to say balls. Let's see, because I roll poorly, so I'm imagining 10 ones here.
Yeah, but you've been rolling well today, and I've been rolling quite poor for change.
I don't know.
Feel the power.
Yeah, this is crazy. Hold on, let me separate the dice from the table. I don't want them mixing up. That's a total of 33. There was 1 6 in all of that, and a 1 1.
So not too bad, not too shabby. And yeah, I should narrate for the audience that as this explosion erupted in the cave, the flames were almost licking your curly red locks. You can feel the heat and the burning in the air right in front of you.
I love it.
You see one of the hairs on your mustache just smolder ever so slightly, close to the eruption, but just far enough to witness it in all its glory. So you see that the 2 were-rats have failed. You see them sort of smolder and burn and then collapse into dust and ashes on the floor. The third one, the one that was closest to you, who had managed to save, you see his face sort of drooping now as all the fur around it has burned away, leaving a disfigured rat-like head. Bits of his tunic smouldering still on fire, but he's just about standing, although he is breathing quite heavily. You hear Zeline take a massive shriek as well from outside. Fucking little shit! And with that, it's over to Fabian. What the fuck was that, Shrew?
Fabian is gonna run up to the last remaining rat folk, ignoring the little rats behind him.
Okay, they're going to take an attack of opportunity on him.
Mm-hmm.
1 misses, 1 hits, dealing him 6 piercing damage.
Jeez, these rats hit hard. And he's gonna try and slash at the last remaining rat folk. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's a total of 6 damage.
His sword now is almost lying down by its side. He looks seriously wounded. The orcs have been holding their actions for now, rather perplexed as what's happening. They're charging forward towards the 2 rats now. One of the orcs runs up to the rat that had just nipped Fabian as he ran off, smashes his great axe into it, splatting it across the floor. The other orc smashes the other rat, doesn't quite see him off, but it shrieks out in pain. The female orc that you had been speaking to charges forward, and she's now beside you. She's going to use her orcish aggression to charge this were-rat. She hits and strikes him down where he stands.
Good.
Zelene takes aim with her crossbow. She's aiming at the orc that's just appeared in front of her. Her first attack hits. She takes aim again. The second attack also hits, and she stood there with 2 arrows dug into her chest. She drops to one knee. Her great axe now almost on the floor.
Damn. She's weak.
You hear breaths getting deeper. She's looking seriously wounded after that second hit. And coming into the entrance of the mine, you see this hulking great figure, the build of an orc, but the head of a rat,
Bastard.
carrying with him a great axe. You see Shella lift her head. Urug! No! No! As he walks up to her, raises his battle axe. Oh, that's 20. Oh, that's a total of 14 damage. As she looks up, her eyes opening wide, and then you see her head fall and roll beside Fabian. He then turns to face Fabian and takes another slash with his great axe. This time, Fabian manages to narrowly miss it as he dodges in horror as he sees the second head he's seen today now roll past him. It's over to Fenna.
Fenna is going to cast Guiding Bolt towards Celine as a level 1 spell. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that's 46 radiant damage. Total of 10.
She's on her last legs now. You see her holding her stomach, wiping her brow with her hand. Crouched down, she looks seriously wounded. So it's a Shrew.
3 wasn't enough, was it? And I get another bead and throw it just behind her. So again, I stretch as far back as I can. You know, my short halfling arms need all the help they can get. And I let go of this small bead as it flies through the air and exits the cave. It catches a bit of the morning sun, shimmering just before it crashes behind her, emanating an engulfing blast of fire.
Yeah, that's 8d6. Zelene has failed her saving throw.
Yes.
But the Woodog has just saved it.
It's okay. This time, I do 27 damage.
Okay, so you hear the shriek from outside. And then silence. She's been burnt to a crisp.
Do I still feel the effects of having been bitten?
As the glow of the firewall fills the cave again, you notice that you've got these whiskers now.
Damn.
Protruding out of your face.
Stop.
And you've got a sudden craving for cheese. Is Shrew doing anything else?
Yeah. As my bonus action, I'm turning into a bear.
That's your second wild shape, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a Fabian.
Fabian turns his attention to our new companion here, the rat head orc, and tries to hit him. That's an 18 plus 7.
Yeah, that will hit.
That's a total of 9 damage.
Okay, so yeah, his sword sinks into the orc. One of the orcs runs up to Bearshu, the other still engaged with the giant rat, which hits, and this time manages to see it off as he splats it against the cave wall with his great axe. This orc, now seeing that he's all alone against everybody, is going to drop into rat form, and I'm going to give Fabian an attack of opportunity.
11 to hit.
That does not hit, as this new little rat friend now makes a run for it. And with that, I'll say that the battle's over, unless you are going to give chase which would take it to Fenna's turn.
Fenna walks up to Fabian and casts Cure Wounds again as a level 1 spell. That's a total of 6 healing on Fabian, and she's gonna stay there.
Fenna's down to her last spell slot total now. She's tapped out a level 2, and she's got 1 remaining level 1. Be over to Shrew.
Shrew's gonna run outside and try to follow the rat that just escaped.
Okay, as you're getting close to the entrance of the cave, you realise that the positioning of your moonbeam will not allow you to squeeze through.
From where I am, do I see the rat now?
Now, as you stood at the entrance to this cave with a moonbeam in front of you, what you see is the opening with the pikes on either side, or rather the stakes on either side with the rat heads. And if you recall, there was a small clearing, and then the woods.
I use dash to try and catch up to it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to roll me a d20.
That's a 9.
9.
Yup.
Okay, as you're chasing this rat, dispelling the moonbeam, you notice that there's some uneven ground as your paws start to slip. Give me a dexterity acrobatics check.
Total of 14.
So as your paws start to give way, you manage to hold firm. The rat's now within your sights. Give me either an acrobatics or athletics check to see whether you're able to catch him.
That's a 7.
You swipe with your paws and just catch his tail.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just... I mean, you don't actually grab it, you just brush past his tail.
Touch it on.
Yeah,
Right.
you just touch it. That will take us over to Fabian then.
Fabian dashes following Shrew.
Okay, the same. I'm going to ask you to roll me a straight up d20.
15.
He manages to catch up to you and the rat. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
That's a total of 21.
Yeah. So Fabian has used his action to dash and grab this dirty rat. So having been caught by Fabian, he's going to try and break free from Fabian. Give me an athletics check.
Total of 9.
Oof. 10 minus 2 is 8. He just fails it. He's not going anywhere.
Okay.
So to Fenna.
Fenna looks back, sees the orcs behind her, kind of panics and runs out again.
Is she dashing or is she just running outside?
She's trying to catch up with Shrew and Fabian.
Okay, yeah, she's caught up. He's now beside you, Fabian, and this giant rat.
That's her action.
That's her action, yeah. So it's a Shrew.
Shrew is gonna now try and bite at the rat that Fabian is holding.
Okay.
It's a 2. It's not gonna hit.
No, it's not going to hit. Is Shrew doing anything else?
Yeah, now he follows with his slash. That's an 18 total.
Oh, 18 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
That's a total of 16 damage.
16.
Yeah. 5 and a 6 on the dice.
So yeah, how is Shrew doing this? That's enough to end him.
Well, it's a rageful slash after all that's happened. He lets out a guttural roar, pissed off at everything going on, and just rips the poor rat into shreds.
And as you let out that guttural roar and swipe it down, you hear coming out of your cheeks uncontrollably. That's the end of the battle. We're now out of initiative. Nice one, Shrew. Oh, Shrew, you've got whiskers too.
It's a bear with whiskers.
Yeah, a bear with a red tash and some whiskers now sticking out of his cheeks.
I wait a few seconds and I drop my phone. That bitch. Did you see what she did to Don John?
Oh, poor Don John. Oh,
I'm a rat now as well. I thought that maybe if she was slain, the effects would wear off. But apparently not.
do I still have whiskers?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you do.
Have you got a tail?
I look back. Do I have one?
No, not yet.
No. I've just been bitten. It seems that as time goes by, the effects get worse. We need to find help quickly. We need to go back to Vandalin.
Yes, I quite agree. What about our friends? And you see Fabian doing some air quotes.
We need to talk to them before we leave. Hold on. And I turn around and walk back into the cave. Do they follow Fabian and Fenna?
Are you asking them to follow?
I don't specify.
Well, as they turn around to see you walk into the cave, you can see that they're looking at their fallen comrade. So they walk up to the entrance of the cave. They're alongside you. You've seen these two orcs looking at their fallen friend, who's now headless.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I just wish it could have all ended differently.
Well, could have been worse. She could have turned into a rat. At least she died in battle. and with some dignity.
With some honor. You are right. What now? You have seen. I am a man of my word. There lies the charred remains of Selim.
Well, we'll take the stone of sending you gave. Can't promise much, but we'll see if there's some who are willing to fight for the homeland.
I came here and put my other friends at great risk. In doing so, so much so that now they are all dead. Or worse, as you say, turned into rats. I've placed a great deal of faith in you and your kind, and I hope that you reciprocate. We are in need of fighters, and we want to end this war that the dragon is waging to all of us. Farewell.
Wait, before you go.
Yes?
I'm Gul. This is Murkob. Just so you know our voices and our names. Should the sending stone ring.
Well, nice to meet you.
Good luck, Shrew.
Good luck. And before I leave the cave, I wanna crouch down and pick up Don John's head. My intention is to bury it, but before I do so, I wanna see on the way down the mountain if I find his body too.
So yeah, you pick up his head, which is soaking from the tidal wave you had sent. Cleaned off all the blood that was all over it. You tuck it under your arm, make your way outside the cave. Oh, Shrew, what do you think they meant by take them to the dwarves? Do you think they're still alive, or do you think they meant to feed me to the dwarves, or... I don't know what to think.
I think the dwarves are probably were-rats at this point too. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see on our way down what we find, I suppose. But we need to leave. We can't end up like that manic orc that had a rat head. We need to leave and find help as soon as possible. We've done all we can here. Unfortunately, the only reason we came up here was to help Donjon regain control of the mines, and now Donjon is dead. Because of me.
No, don't be so harsh on yourself, Shrew.
Well, it's true. I sent them down defenseless by themselves. And I kind of look back if I'm relatively away from earshot from the cave.
So you're saying this as you're walking out?
Yeah, we're leaving, we're walking out.
Okay, yeah, you're out of earshot.
Lower my voice a bit. To unite orcs and the rest of them. Am I fucking stupid? What am I trying to do here? I can't even save a life. Am I gonna unite all of the races of Faerun? It's ridiculous. That's what it is. It's totally ridiculous. We're in way over our heads here. 3 fucking rats, and they almost got us done. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. What am I supposed to be doing? They placed their faith on us. They placed their faith on me to come up here to help them to get rid of a problem, and I send them down by themselves without defenses. Don John rest his soul. He couldn't hit her. He couldn't hit a boulder if it was right in front of him, and if he did, he wasn't a fighter. He didn't do much damage. You saw him in battle, and I sent him knowingly down by himself, and his poor defenseless, starving dwarves. And now what? They stay here in the mine forever, as rat people, as rat folk. We've made the matters worse. I'm just stupid. Damn it.
Oh, you took a shot in the dark.
Well,
perhaps this time, but we have saved other people. We saved Big Al, arguably saved, or at least postponed Falcon's fate.
We were playing with people's lives here, and it's not our place to do so.
I think perhaps we should just concentrate on the dragon. Is that not why you came to Phandalin in the first place?
Yes, exactly. And what? I'm going to lead people to Axel now and take them all to their death. I don't know what I'm doing. Let Harbing Wester decide from now on. And as you say, let's just go and kill the dragon. And if not, we'll die doing so. And that will be the end of that.
Oh, we're going to need some help to cure this. I don't want to turn into a rat, Shrew. I don't want you to turn into a rat either.
No, neither do I, Fenna. Well, let's go as fast as we can back to Phandalin. We'll figure this out.
So you're now leaving the wooded area, making your way back to the road, and not far from this tree line where you had run in, close to where the massacre of the orcs had been from the dragon. You see another bloodbath, a number of dwarven bodies shattered across the rocks. You also see the body of a human without its head. Untied to a rock, you see 2 dwarves, one whose head is now completely that of a rat. He looks almost passed out. You can tell from the movement of his chest it's still breathing, and the other His eyes are closed. You see that he's got whiskers as well.
Okay, we stop by. I kind of bite my lip and, we are going to save them, one way or another.
I fear that one may be too far gone.
Does the one with the eyes closed look dead? Or
Give me a medicine check.
22.
You see that there's a very, very faint breath.
Okay, want to stabilize him.
Okay, with that medicine check, you've managed to stabilize him.
Does the one that's tied to the rock with the rat head look weakened, look as if they're about to die?
It does look significantly weak.
What shall we do? We can't take two of them down to handle them.
Fenna, what's that over there? Oh, what? Fabian sort of turns to you and sort of looks down at his sword. I think it's the kind thing to do.
Well, perhaps Fenna, being the cleric, should maybe say some words. We gotta do this together.
So Richie would have to see this. I don't want her to think she's next. Or you.
It's what it is.
Oh, what are you boys planning? Fabian, why have you got to sort out?
Fenna, this poor dwarf is too far gone. We're gonna have to end its misery.
Oh, are we all going to end up like that, Shrew?
No, of course not. We wouldn't let Fabian near us with that sword. Don't worry. And I put my arm around her. Maybe say some words.
She starts saying a little prayer, and as she's doing so, Fabian plunges his sword into this rat's neck, giving it the sweet release of death.
I turn my head down and... I'm sorry, I failed you all, and here you are now, victims to this bitch of a rat. I swear I will avenge you, not only by killing that bitch, but killing the whole root of this problem. That blasted dragon. I give you my word. He's gonna suffer for all of this. He'll know your names. I start digging a hole.
Okay, Fabian and Fenna start helping you.
I look for a place that's, under a tree. Not just in the middle of the road. Away from the road. Somewhere nice.
Yeah, you find a nice place.
Don't say much during the whole time doing this. And eventually bury them all. There's so much I can do really, but I place a few stones to mark where the grave is. I didn't know all of you by name, but you deserved much better than this. I'm sure you'll be missed by your families and your loved ones, and I hope they can find peace. Grogoda, I hope you can forgive us for what we had to do. And Dungeon, even though we didn't see eye to eye most of the time. I wish I could have helped you better and kept my side of the bargain. What a waste of life. For gold.
Well, he lived larger than life. He probably died with his honor. I'm sure he would have put up a bit of a fight, at least in his own mind.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure those whales will be throwing a party.
What are we to do with that dwarf?
We try and save him. Hopefully, it's for the best. I don't even know. I imagine he has a family. I imagine if we do save him, he'll be glad we were able to do so. And we won't be destroying his life as well. Let's carry on.
I hope we can find some help soon. This is far beyond my understanding of magic.
We'll find help, don't worry.
Perhaps that Sister Gorel is back in town by the time we get home.
I hope so.
So you guys are carrying this passed out dwarf then, yeah?
Yeah. We've tied him up also, just to make sure that he doesn't flee or attack us.
So you make the journey back down to Phandalin. You start walking into town. Tired, a little disheartened by the day's events. And as you're walking, making your way to the shrine, and you're hearing chatter between the townsfolk, speaking, of the latest rumours and stories and tales that they've heard, and people doing business. You see others packing their belongings onto carts. You pick up a common theme that people seem to be talking about. You hear that Sister Gorel had apparently not left on foot, but by sea. And there's speculation as to whether perhaps she's not arrived because those boats have been sunk by the lighthouse. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You're a bastard. Now it's all my fault for not going to the lighthouse. Damn it. We're going to be rats forever.
Or perhaps you should go and investigate the lighthouse and see if Sister Gorel's there to help you.
I wonder if I'll have time. That's probably a few days away from here now. I will turn into rats.
Yeah, will you be fully turned by then, or Story's taken quite the dark turn the last couple of weeks.
It's not in a good place right now. But hey, we need to kill a dragon. It's not going to get any prettier.
Things from here on are getting grim. Speaking of things that are grim, let's talk about something that isn't. Our awesome website, www.i2td.com, that has all the links to all our good stuff. And by this point, we should also have our blog live. So make sure to check our new refreshed page. Click on the links to our social media feeds. Don't forget to also visit our Buy Me a Coffee page and item shop. Probably more needed now than ever for Shrew and his Shrubberies.
Yeah, cure curse. Well, that's not in the item shop, but if you'd like to hear us talk more about this episode that we've just finished, and you're a Magus, a member of our Buy Me a Coffee, then tomorrow you'll have the behind the scenes episode. If you're not, well, maybe consider becoming one, and you'll be able to listen to us go over what just transpired today.
Yeah, and speaking about those supporters, just want to point out that we haven't forgotten. We know there's a special item that was donated that hasn't come out yet. Make sure to tune in next week. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's finally going to come out there.
Prayer how feelings grow, yeah?
Yeah.
It's much needed. And today we are featuring Roll and Tell, a narratively driven actual play podcast with 2 players, no game master. So we're going to roll their ad.
Roll and Tell is an actual play podcast with 2 players and no game master.
A podcast where the adventure isn't prepared in advance, but created as you listen.
Every character.
I'm gonna get a quirk for them as well. They're chronically ill. Friends, it is I. Every danger. You see a massive skeletal salamander.
What is it that you seek?
Even the worlds we explore
Are made entirely at random.
the place of the noun. I love that template. The ring of the hand. You'd never want to leave. Massive fields of grains waving in the wind and rolling hills as far as you could see. And the story itself is improvised at the roll of the dice.
So, join us as we roll and tell.
We'll have the links to the stuff in the description below, so make sure to check them out. We came across them actually when we started our journey podcasting, and I think I was searching for, because we play as a duet, as you well know, and I think I was searching for other duet games or podcasts, and I came across these guys, and I listened to their episodes, and I was pleasantly surprised the way they kind of leave everything to chance. It was quite unique in my opinion, and quite fun to listen to how things go developing depending on the roles.
Yeah, I heard a few as well, right at the beginning of our podcasting journey. And it kind of reminded me a little bit like a far more developed, far more complex version of Rory's Story Cubes, where you'd roll dice and based on that the whole story and world comes alive. So if you haven't heard them, give them a listen. It's a completely different ttrpg style podcast where not even they know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, good stuff.
And with that, we hope that you enjoyed this week's 10th episode as Shrubberies finally end their adventures in the Mountain Toes mine.
Ill-fated adventures.
Yeah, it's not been a pretty sight. But anyway, we hope that you've enjoyed this slightly darker story arc, and that you tune in next week as we delve.
Ho, hold on.
What?
You're skipping a key part.
How could I forget?
The end of the episode club. Please.
Yeah.
The last one standing.
How could I forget?
I don't know. It was your idea to start off with.
Yeah. Must be the time. This has been a mammoth fighting session.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Al has very correctly pointed out, in my haste, I've forgotten about the end of the episode club. You know what to do by now. Leave a comment with today's password. Make us laugh, make us cry. Post it on Twitter, Instagram, or maybe even on our Discord.
Good Pods is a good place to post it as well, yeah.
Yeah, we've got good pods now as well.
We can interact there.
Do you have a password for today, Al?
Yes, actually I do. The password for today is DM Nick is a bastard. No. And the password for today is hot stuff.
Ooh. Yeah, those balls of fire were...
Or clutch, I think.
Yeah, definitely turn the tide of the battle, I think.
Yeah, and they seem to want to be getting away and leave us to turn into rats, and kind of view it from a distance. So I had to do something.
Awesome. So yeah, use that in your password. And without further ado, we hope you tune in next week as we delve
Into the dungeon.